First of all, I would like to express my happiness, my joyful while I'm in San Jose this time. This is the first time, that I have been in this city like since 30 years ago. But this is the first time that I go along with all my young monks, my young students. And we officially have a retreat for adults and young friends. I'm very happy whenever I travel with my young monks, and because I can see that they are my continuation, and they have done what they satisfy my wish, because my wish is how to introduce the mindfulness living to all my friends near and far. I just want to inform that we bring you here and we do not try to introduce you religions. We try to introduce you how to live happily, healthily, and mindfully. This is the main thing about for the human's life. Yes, religions take care for your mind, what you call faith or belief. But what makes you believe that is another thing, right? So let's say if I have shared with you something meaningful and you apply and that work, you continue to believe in me. Or you watch YouTube for cooking for something and you do the same as they order. You done. You make great food, a great dish. You like that channel. You subscribe and you become follower of that channel, and since every time they have a new video, you continue to watch and to learn. So at first they introduce you something and you follow, and that makes sense, that work for you, right? So in this case, we believe in the Buddha not because the Buddha is a saint, is a holy person, but the Buddha is a great teacher who able to show us the way to live, who are able to show us the way to overcome our struggling. And the Buddha help us to go along with all the waves of life. We cannot stop the waves, but we're able to dive along with the waves. And that is the practice. So I see beautifully that all my young monks are my continuation. They satisfy my wish. I wish to bring the light of the teachings, the Dharma, into everyone. Then they continue this work. And I want to share that how your parents happy when they see you in the right path, on the right track. Because they want all of you to live right and good. Have you ever taken care of the plants, the flowers at home? When they fall, you have to use a stick to keep them straight. And when they see they have some yellow leaves, you try to cut the dirt to dry, you water. So you do many things in order to help your plant, your flowers survive. Because you love the plants. You love the flower. Same thing. Every single human around us, we want to take care the same. If we look at the mom, the dad, look at us and they feel that we're not happy, they try to understand us, they try to help us. Because we are the beautiful flower. So if you're able to know that, every time your mom and your dad see you doing something right, they're so happy. Sometimes they express, sometimes they just look at you with their happy eyes. And I remember there is a song talking about that. If they disagree about you, they just silently accept and try to gently turn you. If you do something good, they will express the happy eyes by looking at you. Because sometimes, life, sometimes you just only see and recognize, and you can in touch someone by eyes contact. by the way we treat, but we don't need to express a lot of words. So every time we do something, when your teacher teach you, and you look down, she look down, or your teacher look down, and they realize you are helping your friends. Are they happy? Yes, because they know that you understand the work. You understand the chapter. That's why you help your friends to understand the same. So your teacher will be very happy if you share and teach your friends how to solve the problem that you have learned in the chapter. Teachers will happy the same if their students, transmit down what they learn. The parents are also happy to see their children, continue their path. And as a spiritual teacher, I also happy the same. When I see all my young monks, young nuns, they do the same as what I try to live and to share. A great happiness. So sometimes joyful is not something, you have to be super or something special. Just looking down around and somebody doing something that you're able to happy with. You're happy along. One of the things that's all the brother shared with me this afternoon. Oh, Thầy, you know what? The young friends in here, they're very kind and very calm. Because in our temple we have summer retreat every year, a winter retreat, and about more than 100, young friends gathering, and they all in different environments. Sometimes they're very hyper, very annoying, but we take them all. But you guys are very calm and very gentle. They really appreciate it. So today, I know it's not my schedule, but it's nice to come and meet you all and share briefly with what I have practiced and how I feel. Because as a teacher, how I feel about my students when they do something right and good. And I just want to inform your parents, they're also happy the same if they see you doing something to justify that beautiful wish. Sometimes we don't feel comfortable by the way they order us. But anything you don't comfortable doesn't mean that's wrong. Just because in this time you don't feel that way. But later on you will appreciate because of that, and that always bring you beneficial. Just like when you take some medication, it's very hard to swallow. But if you split them out, you cannot get well. So the medicine is very hard, very difficult to take because of the taste. Maybe bitter or some taste very weird. But just swallow, that will heal you. Life is the same. Sometimes there's struggling, there's problems, they come. You cannot do anything, just swallow, let it go, take it. And then after that, you're okay. You're okay. Have you ever here do some spoon massage? Cạo gió? Có ai biết cạo gió không? Ai chưa bao giờ cạo gió? Whoever never cạo gió? Oh, so most of you have done cạo gió. And I remember one of the Andy's brother. He is the older brother than Andy. He is 30 now. But when he come to live with me, he only 10. Not Andy, another brother. When he was sick, I asked him to do cạo gió. He refused. I said, if you want to travel with us tomorrow, you must get well. So you must give me your back and let me do this. And when I do, he cried. He said, it's so hurt, it's so hurt. I said, you want to die or you want to live? He said, I want to die. You know what happened? After he had to handle his struggling with all of that, 10 minutes later, I done. The next day, he got well. Since that day, every time he gets sick, he find me. He said, Thầy, I need cạo gió. I just want to give an example. Sometimes you do this, very hurtful. Take time, handle with that. After that, you will be fine. you get well. Life, not always well as you are in a healthy condition. Sometimes you got flu, sometimes you have fever, sometimes you have stomach ache, you have problems, minor, from minor to major. But that is not the end of the world. That is part of life, and that is part of your test. Sometimes you do quiz, sometimes you do exam, sometimes you do a test, right? Why we call a quiz? Small. But sometimes you have to do a final exam. Everything you learn from beginning of a year, they may come all to your exam. Life is the same. Sometimes you have a very major problems, sometimes very minor. But none of that able to sunk you down. As long as you be strong, be stable, and you have trust that there is the way, the solution to help you to overcome. Believe that. And I always remind myself, if I have the teachings of the Buddha in hand, I'm sure there will be a solutions to help me to overcome my suffering. You have to try to keep that in mind. When you have a book to read, and you make sure you know that in this book there is something interesting, some points, some words that encourage you, that inspire you, that able to make you learn a lot. None of the book useless. If you read this book, this page, you like the page, or a lot of interesting points, don't just stop there and read that page all the time. You need to continue to read your book. Because that interesting pages may be more in future, in more pages. And they also help you to understand the whole book. Life is the same. Some page, someday you're full of happiness. Someday totally nothing, right? But not because of that, your life will be end in one page, in one day. Do you understand what I try to share?
Yes.
Every single page, there's a words for you to learn. Every tiny thing that happened in your life, there is something for you to learn to overcome your problems. You look up, you see beautiful flower, beautiful fruits, beautiful leaves and branches. What is down there? Down at the root, dirt. Without the dirt, you don't have this beautiful up, right? So make sure we take both. We accept both. The beautiful and the ugly. The suffering and the happiness. Sometimes they are more dirty. They are more healthy for the branches, for the flowers, and for the fruits. You take that message? May you all be happy, joyful. If you have any question for Thai, you're welcome to.